This tutorial is a special one because I've done it before. It's a vintage unisex vintage shirt, right, that has this notch collar effect. So if you're interested in this, keep on watching. I've actually done this tutorial on my channel, but I used a vintage flower fabric for it. So someone said she does not understand that the camera wasn't directed on the fabric. So I decided which it was, but I don't know, for some reason she said it wasn't directed on my fabric. And you know, I always like carrying you guys along, so I decided to use a plain fabric to explain it more. She has been on my neck for over 2 months now, so I am going to do it on a plain fabric, which I am using silk to do it. All right, so guys, this is my fabric. I folded my fabric and I minused 5 inches. You're going to bring out 5 inches. You know the way you normally bring out your 2 inches for your button allowance, you're going to bring out 5 inches for this particular one. Now you're going to, when folding your fabric, it's going to be your waist, the biggest part of your body, depending on the length you want yours to be. I want mine to be long. That means it's going to get up to my hip. So my hip is the biggest part of my body, which is, I'm going to divide it by 4 and I'll add the allowance that I want plus that 5 inches I brought out. Now the length of this shirt is going to be 34. Okay, this is the front part. 34, this is the front part. Now I'll remove it, then I'll bring the back, and the back is on fold again, which is my waist divided by 4 plus the allowance I added in the front. The only difference from this, the back and the front, is that the back is longer by 5 inches. Then I did not bring out 5 inches I brought out on the front for button allowance. I did not bring it out on the back. The only thing I did, that the back is longer than the front by 4 inches. Sorry, not 5 inches, by 4 inches. Okay, and as you can see, I did not bring out that 5 inches that I brought out in the front. I only divided my hip by 4 plus the 3 inches allowances I'll be working with, because that's how free I want this shirt to be. I slowed this video. I want it to be as explanatory as possible, so that the said person that requested for this tutorial over 2 months ago will not complain, because I have done this tutorial on my channel, but the person still requested for it, so which is the reason why I'm using a plain fabric for it. Now I'm going to place the front on the back, on top of the back. Now this is it. Can you see? This is the front. You can see our 5 inches is in the front. You can see it, Abby. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to fold that 5 inches in. I'll be taking my time to explain this particular. Please do not tell me, the said person that requested for the tutorial, do not tell me you did not see this one, because the fabric is plain. I had to repeat this tutorial. Why I'm doing this, it's been long, over 2 months now you've been asking for it. Now can you see, I folded that 5 inches for the button and the flap. I'll be calling it the button allowance, so that you guys will follow up. That 5 inches I brought out for the button allowance, I'll fold it in just this way. Now can you see the length of is now the same thing with the back, just that the difference is that the back is longer. You can see the back is longer. So I want to make sure that I have that 5 inches, so it's more than 5 inches. I'll reduce it. Then, you know, places I'm trying to make it the same, like everything should rhyme the same. That is why I have to slow this video for you guys to understand. And I'm using 3 yards, 2.5 yards of 3 yards of fabric. Yeah, it was 3 yards I used for this, because it was a 3/4 sleeve and it's free. It's very free, so I used 3 yards for it. Okay, so I'm just trying to make everything align properly, and I used a certain fabric for this particular tutorial. Right, so now everything is the same. Now the back, remember I said the back is longer by 4 inches, and that is why it's not meeting, the front is not meeting the mouth there. So now can you see that the end of the back and the front is meeting together, while the upper part is not meeting together? It's because the back is longer with 4 inches. Do you understand? I hope you're following. So now I have it. I have my back and my front in place. The next thing I am going to do now is I am going to, please watch carefully, come out by 3 inches, like come up by 3 inches. I came up by 3 inches, and I am going to connect it with a straight line. Come up by 3 inches and connect it with a straight line, which is what I did. Now I'm going to use my scissors to cut out the excess that I have, which is what I am doing. Guys, I hope you guys understand. I hope you're following. And now I will cut out the S's that I have. Now the back now is longer by 3 inches. Abi? The back is longer by 3 inches, right? Now I'm going to take it up. I'm going to drag it up, the front. I'll drag the front up to meet the tip of that back. Now, in the full length is no longer the same on the full length. Like, it's no longer the same on the hem length. Right? I'll put my camera there now so that you see. It's no longer the same on the hem length. It's now longer on the hem length. As the back is now longer on the hem length, while the upper part is meeting together. The front and the back upper part is meeting together. Abi? Now we're going to come down by 3 inches. Normally vintage shirts is the shoulder slope for vintage shirts is 3 inches. Some people do use 4, but the standard shoulder slope for vintage shirts is 3 inches. That is what I did. I came down by 3 inches, and I'm going to use my chalk to connect it slantly, just the way you see me doing. Please, you have to be careful while doing this, and which is what I am doing now. I am being careful. So I slanted it after coming down by 3 inches for my shoulder slope. I'll go ahead and cut it out. That is what I am doing now. Now I'll cut it out, then I'll show you what next to do. So like I said before, please pay close attention. This is a very, I see many people find this particular vintage shirt difficult, but it's not at all. With me, you're going to learn the easiest way. Right? So now after cutting out that shoulder slope, I'll come down by half inch. I'll come down by half inch. What did I say? Half inch. Repeat after me. Half inch, and I'm going to connect it all the way. That is just what I did now. Okay? Hope you're learning. You understand everything. Now after cutting, sorry guys, I'm just trying to so that you guys will understand perfectly well. I don't want to repeat myself. Now after coming down by that half inch, I will draw it down now. Now it's now meeting the same on the hem length. It's now equal on the hem length. Okay? Now I will fold that part to meet that half inch. Do you understand? I'll fold that part to meet that half inch that I just came out by. So I'll use something to hem it, to hold it down, which is what I just did. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is to take our shoulder measurements. My shoulder divided by 2 is 9, but I'm going to make it 10 because it's kind of free. All right, then after that I'm going to come down from there by my armhole, which is 9, but I'm going to make it 10. Like I said, I want this to be free. Now I'm going to get that exact 10 I got on my shoulder measurement so that I'll have a straight line. Now I'll connect this all the way to meet that point. All right, so now this is going to serve as my chest line and my bust point. Now I'm going to divide my bust. I'll divide my bust by 4, and I'll add the 3 inches seam allowance that I'll be using. You can add 4. I think I later made it 3.5. All right, so now I'll just connect it, my armhole curve. I'll connect it to meet that part. So this is what I have. The next thing I'm going to do now is to take your neck measurement, your neck depth, the depth of your neck. You are going to take your round neckline. Use your tape and take your round neckline on your body, your round neckline. Mine is 17. All right, that's to get your neck depth. Please guys, pay close attention. I did not say neck width. I said neck depth. Your neck depth. Take your tape and put it on your round neckline, your neck. Don't make it too tight, don't make it too loose. After taking mine, I got 17. Now I'm going to divide that 17 by 4. Now after dividing 17 by 4, I am going to have, so after dividing my own neckline, which I got 17 divided by 4 is 4.5, right? 4.5. That's for my neck depth. 4.5. Now for my neck width, that's 4.5 I got. I'm going to divide it again by 2, which what I'm going to get is 2.25. Right, now I'm going to mark that 2.25, then I'll connect it in a curve just the way I did. That's the one for my neck width. Then I'm going to connect it again in a curve, like a C curve, to meet the tip of that part, which I'm doing right now. You're seeing on the screen. Do you understand? Now I have both my neck width and my neck depth. Do you understand? First of all, I got my neck depth. Then what I got for my neck depth, I divided it by 2 and I got my neck width. So that is what you have here. If you don't understand, please rewind it. I got my neck depth. I divided what I have my neckline. I divided it by 4. I got my neck width, which is what I have. Then that neck, I got 4.5. Then that 4.5 I go for my neck depth. I divided it by 2 again for my neck width. Do you understand? Yes, this place now, that's my neck width. I divided it by 2, which is 2.25 for my neck width, and I curved it like I curved it also to the other part. I hope you understand. It's as simple as that. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut this out. Now pay close attention to see how I am going to cut this out. All right, pay close attention to see how I am going to cut this out. Look properly to see how I'm going to cut out that neckline. All right, guys, please. Now I'm going to remove what I was using to hold that other part. Then I'll cut out my what's it called, that shoulder part, that's my armhole. I'm going to cut it out first. That's what I am doing. I'll cut it out like so first. Then after cutting it out, I'll be cutting my neckline. Do you understand? Now this is the way I'll cut my neckline. Raise that one up, then you raise the front. Can you see what I'm doing? Raise the front. Don't cut it together with the back. Oh, I'm cutting only the front. Raise the front and you cut it the way I'm cutting it out. That's the front. Then I'll flip it back. That's the back. I'll flip back the back. Watch and see. I folded it back. Then I'll be cutting out the back neckline. Can you see? I'll follow that curve. Only the back neckline. No, I'm not cutting the front. I'm just cutting only that back now. Can you see? I've cut. It's done. Now I have my back neckline and my front neckline. Hope this part is well understood. Now I'm going to open up that 5 inches for my button allowance that I brought out, and I'll slit it open. It has to be open. Guys, please, if you watch up to this extent and you understand every part of what I just did, please give this video a thumbs up, indicate in the comment section, share my video, and leave a nice comment. All right, and if you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I beg in the name of God, please hit on the subscribe button and do not forget to turn on your notification bell. All right, now this is the front. I'll go and iron interfacing on it. I'll be ironing a steel. You can iron your soft paper steel, whichever one you want, but I'll be ironing my steel on it. Then after ironing, I'll flip it inside and iron it so that I'll have that 5 inches. I'll iron it inward so that I'll have that crease line. All right, I am done ironing my steel, and this is what I have. And I also ironed it inside so that I'll have that crease line. Now the next thing we are going to do now, pay close attention. I'll bring out the button allowance 1/2 inch. I'll fold 1/2 inch in. Can you see what I'm doing? Fold 1/2 inch inside, and I'll take it to my ironing table and iron it again. Now I'm having a new crease line. Do you understand? Bring out 1/2 inch for your button allowance, and you're going to take it to your ironing table and iron it again. Now I'll be having a new crease line. Okay, do you understand? So I'll go and do that and come back. I am done ironing it. Now this is my back, and I went ahead to cut out a cape. I don't know if I should call it a cape. I don't know what to call it to make you guys understand, for the back, but it's short. It's 9 inches long. All right, it is 9 inches long. I'll set it aside. That's for the back. I'll set it aside and we'll come back to it later. I'll show you what to do with that. Now this is my front. I'm going to be joining it shoulder to shoulder. Now watch and see the way I am joining it shoulder to shoulder. Watch and see the way I am joining it shoulder to shoulder. I remove that flap and I'm going to join it back, like wrong side facing the wrong side. I'm joining it the back wrong side and the front wrong side. All right, so the wrong side is facing the wrong side. I'll go and join my shoulder to shoulder. Now this is what I have. This is what I have. Do you understand? So now the next thing we're going to do now is I'm going to use that cape. Now I cut out for the back, that short cape I cut out for the back. Now I'll be facing it front side facing each other. With this, it's going to cover that rough edge, that stitch I made outside. Now I'm going to face it right side facing each other, and I will join it shoulder to shoulder. And I'll flip it to the back. I'll notch and flip. I am done doing that. Now watch and see how it is. I'll flip it backward this way. Now let me open it now so you see. I'll flip it backward this way. Any excess you have, please make sure you always cut. If you have any excess, make sure you always cut. All right, now this is it. I'll fold 1/2 inch in and use my hemming gum to hem it. Then after using my hemming gum to hem it, I'm going to run a stitch on it. Hem it with your hemming gum first so that you have a straight line. Then I will stitch on it. I am done stitching on it, and this is what I have. Can you see? This is what I have. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to, guys, hope you understand, I'm going to be joining my sleeve. I'll join my sleeve normal way you cut your sleeve. I'll leave a link on how to cut your sleeve if you don't know how to cut your sleeve. I'll join my sleeve, I'll join the sides. All right, I'll hem my sleeve length, I'll join the sides. Then after that, we'll be working on the collar. All right, so I am done adding my sleeve, and this is it. And again, what I'm going to do is, you know, the previous vintage shirt I made, this exact shirt I made, I'm going to be leaving it as well on the description box so that you also watch that one too. So now I'm going to take my tape and I'll measure what I have round. When measuring, please do not measure your flap in. No, do not measure your flap. Fold your flap in, that button allowance, fold it in while measuring your round neckline. What do you have on your round neckline on your shirt? Okay, after measuring mine, I add 20. So that 20 I'm going to minus 2. So whatever you get for your round neckline, remember, do not add your flap when measuring. That button allowance, fold it inside while measuring your round neckline, please. Now whatever you get for your round neckline, you are going to minus 2 inches out of it. If you get 10, minus 2 inches. If you get 20, minus 2 inches. Mine was 20, I minus 2 inches. What I have is 18. I have 18 inches. All right, now that's 18 inches. Now my fabric is on fold. I am going to divide it by 2. I'll divide that 18 by 2, and I'll be having 9 inches. All right, so this one was not enough. I'm going to bring another. I'll bring another fabric. Okay, so like I said before, measure your round neckline. Whatever you get, the round neckline on the shirt you're making, fold your button allowance inside. Oh, please do not measure with that flap, that 5 inches flap. Do not measure with it. Fold it inside while measuring. Now, like I said, I had 18. I got 20 for mine. Now that 20, you're going to minus 2. You might not get that 20 I got for mine. No, minus 2. Then I will have 18. That's 18 divided by 2 is 9 because my fabric is on fold. Now I am going to mark that 9. Then I'll go up by 3.5 inches. Then on the open edge, I'll come down by 2 inches so that I'll have that slopey effect. Now I am going to curve it. Okay, I'll meet the line this way, then I'll curve it with my curve rule. Go up by, on the closed edge, folded edge, go up by 3.5. On the open edge, go up by 2 inches so that you have that slopey effect. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. And while cutting, make sure you add like half inch all around for stitching allowance. Okay, now after cutting this, I'm going to cut another one. It's going to be in 2. So I'll have that in 2. One is going to serve as the lining, one is going to be serving as the main fabric, though I'm using the exact fabric for both of them. All right, so I'll cut it again. I'll get another fabric and I'll cut it again. I'll have it in 2. Now I am done. I have the 2 now. This is what I have. Right now I'm going to, that curve edge, you know, the part that is curved, that is where you're going to stitch. You stitch and you stitch the 2 sides, leaving the straight part open. All right, after stitching, you notch and you flip to the right side and you iron. Now I am done. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to be adding the collar to my fabric. So what I'm going to do now is I have ironed my collar and I have that crease line. I folded it into 2. I ironed it, and make sure you top stitch after sewing your collar. Okay, now I am going to notch the back neckline. I'll notch it. That's the center back. I'll notch it. All right, now after notching it, I'm going to bring the collar now, and I'll be adding it. Now you know that place I ironed, that crease line is serving as the center for the collar. So I'll merge it and I'll sew to the other side as well. All right. Now after doing that, the next thing we're going to do now is to please, now this part again, you have to look very well. You have to pay close attention for this part. All right, now you're going to use this now. This is your button allowance, this is your flap. Let me call it flap. Look very well. Now you bring out that crease line that you ironed. You're going to hold it and you're going to flip this. Can you see? you will flip it and you're going to sew it on that collar. When you're getting to the end, you're going to fold it into two. I'll bring the other side and I will show you. Now fold your collar like this, then you bring that crease line, bring out that crease line like this. Use your other hand to bring it out. Then you fold this inward like this, like you fold the remaining part inward like this. Now you're going to be sewing. I brought out the crease line. Now I will sew. So when I get to the ending, before getting to the ending, I'll fold it and I will stitch all around. I don't know if this part is clear, because I think this is the part you guys get confusing. That crease line that I have here, that's why I say you must iron. I'm going to bring it out like this, and you see how I brought it out and I folded this. Then I will sew, I will stitch it. Now I'm using that flap to turn the neckline. Can you see? Now when getting to this part, I'll fold it and I'll sew the remaining parts and I'll flip to the right side. Now I am done. This is it. After sewing, you're not going to use your iron to indicate that notch effect, that vintage, that lapel effect. You use your iron to iron it properly so that it will be visible. It's as easy as that. Jesus, let me don't cut my tongue. So you're going to give it a good press, like iron it very well to bring out that notch effect. Now you're going to see when you draw the front down, it's going to meet up with the back side. Okay, now to I've joined the sides and I gave my own slit opening. I'll just fold it. The side has opening, so do whatever you want to do with the down part of yours. Then I'll flip this flap to this side, I'll stitch it, I'll flip it back inside and hem the full length. We are done. I'll take it to the weavers because I don't have a weaving machine. I'll take it to the weavers, I'll weave that inside and use my hemming gum to press it down. All right, then I'll hem the full length and we are done. Please, I hope you understand everything. So I hope with all this long explanation that I did here, you understand perfectly well. Right now, look at the one on the side. You can see it's the same thing with what I did, and the silk. So like I've said before, I've done this tutorial before, but some people did not see it well due to I used a flowered fabric for it and my chalk was not visible. I'm also going to leave that one down the description box. That one I did. I'll also leave your sleeve, how to cut your sleeve, down the description box. All right. Please, if you find this tutorial educating, you've learned one or two, please click on the give it a thumbs up, share my video and leave a nice comment. And I hope you guys understand. Subscribe if you haven't. See you on my next one. Bye.